4 years ago we bought this piece of land, and so far we have been recovering the land, building and discovering a lot of things, like this ruin. In the last episode, you saw us clearing the vegetation, removing the rubble, finding treasures and taking measurements to turn it into a house. And in the meantime, our architect came up with a design, so we are ready to start the work. But first, let me show you a bit what he found out in this ruin. The first thing that we discovered is that the floor of this ruin has this granite that is rotten. All the rocks are very brittle. So we were a bit scared of building on top or not, but the architect recommended us to just dig as much as we can and break really easy. So one of the first steps is also to remake the walls. We will start by taking away the rocks that are loose. This is a bit like a Jenga game. If you can take out the rock, it's because you're not holding anything, so apparently safe. So first step would be to take out all this, and then with the mix of clay and sand, remake the wall with the stones we already had from before. Also, the ruin is partially digging the soil in this side, so there's a big amount of soil holding the wall. We were a bit scared of removing this area of soil, but the architect said, put away this, rebuild the walls, and that's the best way to go. So that's what we're gonna do. Remove this and start with the wall renovation. Now it's time to start to dig the floor of the ruin. In the meantime, we will continue with the design process to check if we can put windows here, if the walls will support holes, we'll see. But for now, floor digging.
Goggles were a good idea.
You see? With the pickaxe, with the hammer. Hop là.
That's hard stone. Woo. So right here, we just managed to reach some solid granite. You can see that because there's white marks. Where I tried to get through with the pickaxe, it just flakes off and crumbles like this. And we take everything that flakes off and breaks really easily, like this stuff, and then we try to keep any solid granite as a foundation.
Look this lovely grouse. Perfect for fill the hole in the road. Play pétanque.
Vamos, Tincho!
Are you gonna help me?
Yes, I will.
Okay? Oh, hey, come on, allez.
Run, Tincho, run!
Slowly the job is getting exhausting. The more we dig, the tougher the soil becomes.
It's harder.
Like a whole new layer coming off.
Is that soft or hard?
Not that hard.
So more people came in to help dig the soil.
This guy is hungry. Don't mess with Tincho. What is this technique, Tincho?
It's the golf cricket, the golf technique.
Until the Australia like this, no?
of
Black mica, quartz.
so this is like the formation of the grooves. It's like it's starting to decay.
But it's harder than the first layer. No?
Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to use this impact drill to drill down through this, just to get a feel for how much of this is soft granite and if we can reach a tougher granite below. And okay, that's much tougher. So it seems that one side of the floor is much harder granite than the other side. So we're going to try and dig out the soft side and make it a bit more level. And then we're going to see what we should do with the harder granite.
Hard. Soft. Hard.
The soft rock is much easier to dig through. However, the hard rock is very, very difficult. So today we're going to experiment with different ways that we could potentially move the hard rock to make the drainage there.
First method, a small chisel and hammer. Seems to work quite good. Second method, big metal spike and a big hammer.
Let's put a second one next to it.
Yeah.
Third method, crowbar.
Does not sound like it's going in.
Oh, it's kind of.
Only small parts. No.
Okay, let's try the pickaxe again. Still not very effective.
Raining stones. It's moving.
Okay, can you hammer a little bit?
Whoa! Well,
Hard work for this little piece.
for a little piece of granite. Hammers, chisels, wedges, none of it was working. Or at least it was too slow. So I'm going to try the hammer drill, the impact drill. Oopla. Already stuck. Oh, this is really tough. All the methods we've been trying so far have been, they work but very, very slowly. And we have a lot of rock to move. So we're going to have to try and find a different approach for the moment, I think.
It will take way too long. I mean, it's fun, but it takes too long.
Yeah.
Well, you're getting fit, eh?
If you can call it fit, maybe. My joints hurt, so... I think that's fit.
By the way, this is Joel. Meet him.
Díagach, Joel Sanam Dum. Is Aaronach me? Hollig Megadi on Project Kamp, Le Machalin, Selen. Selen has joined the land clearance team, and I came to join the workspace team. I have a background in construction and wood carving. I learned many of my skills through my late father, whose passing motivated me to explore and live life the way I've always wanted to. I have a multitude of hobbies and interests, the most interesting of which are fire spinning, music, and zoology. In the future, I hope to either join or start a sustainable community and live life immersed in nature. So imagine I'm telling a really funny joke right now and laugh in 3, 2, 1. That was awful. Let's do it again. Now I'm here to renovate the granite ruin. Let's get back to work. Woo! Big piece of rock. Phew! Yay! Whoa. Good work, Ruben.
Yeah.
Couple pieces of rock. That's what we need. Put it with the rest of it. By this time, we started to realize how long this would take with hand tools, and the rock was becoming incredibly tough. So, say hello to my little friend. From the bottom of this drill point up to here, it's just about 28 centimeters or so, and up to here is about 30. So this is a height that we're trying to go for, from the bottom of the floor to the doorstep here. So this is probably as far as I'm going to go down, but I'm going to bring it down to this height on all sides.
Where is Joel? Where is he? Not there. Ah!
So when using vibrating tools, like the Kango hammer we're using, you're supposed to take breaks quite regularly, only working for about 20 minutes to half an hour at a time, then taking 15 to 20 minute breaks each time you stop. The reason for that is you can end up with some nerve damage and it can cause your hands to shake. You have to take regular breaks and make sure that you're taking care of yourself first, because if you're not taking care of yourself, you can't use the hammer.
So Joel,
My French is
how long has it been since you've been digging?
What year is it? So right now I am just cleaning up in here after doing some digging, and to see if I've done a good job. Once I've cleaned this out, I'm going to be pouring some water in here, and hopefully it'll drain towards this area. Let's hope that it works.
Roll it, Joel.
Oh, 1, 2, no.
Alright, so the water is here, and the trench is here.
Maybe I can make some canals. Well, you know the drill. There we go.
I can hear you, Joel. That's it. Look at that.
We have a trench!
So at D-Day's request, we have dug down 30 centimeters up here and made a slope going right the way down to our trench at the end. I've dug our trench to be the lowest point in the room so that when it drains, it'll all lead down here. I've dug it at a width of about 10 centimeters for our 8 centimeter pipe. So it was a very challenging job, but I'm glad we have it finished and we're ready to move on to the next part. Now with the inside of the ruin cleared out, we're going to start clearing all this soil from the side here to give us better access to this side of the ruin, and we're going to spread it over the back of the ruin. Thankfully, I had help digging this part. Finally, the renovation is starting to feel smoother.
Very friendly. Now we bring it somewhere safe. Oh, there it is.
Lovely dirt pile. Wow. Look at that brush stroke. Oh wow. Look at this.
What is it, Joe?
I have no idea. I think it might have been a sheep once, but it's all torn up now. Or someone's knitting project maybe. It's crochet. I think I bought one of these at a market before. Oh, okay. Found something.
Oh.
What?
Ooh.
This is the rest of their knitting project. Oh wow. That actually looks like that's somebody's sock. Yeah. Oh my god, there's roots growing through it. Holy I mean, holy smokes.
Are they shameful socks?
Shameful socks, yeah. Okay, so now we're going to take out this top step here to give us a better angle at the ruin wall. And maybe later we might take out these ones because we could probably use this stone for building later.
We are leveling here the ground to create a nice surface to hang out next to the granite ruin.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So now we've freed the wall and we've removed all the soil from this hill and the stairs, and we've used the soil to coat this area to make a nice level working surface. The outside area is clear. Now we're ready to start renovating the walls, but Colleen can tell you about this.
This is what we call a dry wall. That means that all the stones are already positioned in a way that they don't fall whatever happen. So they're being stuck with smaller stones and everything. This kind of structure creates a lot of holes, and in order to have an insulated ruin, we're gonna have to fill those holes with a mortar. And the mortar, we're not gonna make it with cement, of course, we're gonna make it with clay. That's when it gets tricky. Where do we get clay? And we asked the local for this, and they pinpointed on a map a sort of a hill where we could excavate clay. So let's go. Do this at home, kids. These kind of places, it's really hard to find. There is not really maps or any really reliable sources, especially on the internet. What we did was asking the locals, old tiles factory, old brick factory, where's the clay, guys? And eventually we ended up with a source that told us that around this hill there might be some people excavating clay in the past, and we're kind of getting the leftover from the piece of the cake. And we're next to weird bunkers, sketchy as we like.
Look at those layers. That's some nice clay right there.
Colleen, are you happy?
Yes.
Look at that. Some top quality clay right there. Yeah. ASMR.
Big chunks.
Are we happy with the harvest?
Yes. Look at this.
Great harvest!
Alright, we got this clay excavated from the hill, and when we made some tests, we realized that this clay is not pure, the one that we excavated. So that means that it has a lot of silt, or sort of like very thin sand in it, and once applied on the wall, it started to crack. Meaning we need to revisit a bit our ratio, and especially we need pure clay. But thank God we got another tip from some neighbors that there was an old abandoned brick factory here in Portugal, and we're gonna go there and see if we can extract as well some clay there. Okay. Is there a way to back up after?
Yeah.
Are we in?
Keep going. Maybe there it's right. Oh, stop. Yeah, we got ourselves stuck.
We're stuck again!
But it's okay, we're not in a place we shouldn't be or anything, so... If you want to get stuck somewhere, it's when breaking into a factory, no?
We're not breaking in, there is no gate.
Jump up and down now. Next attempt, wood planks and stones.
Keep it real. Okay, another spot that we found is also this old tile factory, and here the clay is completely pure, and also it's dry, which makes it lighter and easiest for work to work with. So we're gonna dig also a full pickup out of it and use it for our ruin. this is when it gets really technical. So we have there the old first clay that we excavated at the hill with a lot of silt, meaning don't need to add a lot of sand. Then we get this new clay, full pure clay, perfect to work with. So that means this one we don't need to add a lot of sand. This one is the perfect binder. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do 50% this one, 50% this one for the mix. Put it with water, mix it till you get that Greek yogurt kind of suave mix, and then you add some sand in it to have a good mortar. It's quite an intuitive practice, and it's also very technical and hard to show on camera. So if you want more detail or you need information to make your own ratio back where you're at, then you can reach for us on the research module where we are explaining all the tests that we're running. Yeah. So go there and all the information will be there for you. Next step for the ruin is to do clay mortar. That means putting clay mortar in between those rocks that already stand on themselves. But in order to do the clay mortar, we need to get rid of all the organic matters on the wall. The ruin has been exposed to a lot of time and a lot of rain, and now it's all mossy and organic, and unfortunately it's not compatible with the clay mortar. So we're gonna scrape it off, dust it out, get rid of all this organic matter, and then we can start the clay work. Cleaning necessitates glasses of protection, a little mask for the dust, because we don't know what's in that dust, and the magnificent tool, the metal brush. Let's go! For the outside, we'll be scraping a bit more so that we have room for the exterior layer of lime, because lime is waterproof. So the extra lime layer needs a bit more space if we want a nice smooth seam. So on the outside we scrape a lot, and on the inside we scrape just roughly so that the organic is out. Capiche? And our next step is going to be to fill all the holes, the gaping holes between the stones, with a mix of clay and sand. I did a previous test to see 2 days ago, and it's cracking a little bit, which makes me think we need to add just a tiny bit more sand to our mixture. Otherwise, it looks good. Let's go for the mix. But first, I wet the wall any way possible. Sponge, hand, good throw. Brush, and it's go time. Shit's here. Okay, it's day 6. So we've been applying a new layer, way more sandy, to fill the cracks, and it's working! So it's perfect. Look at this. This is from 2 days ago. It's very sandy, so it crumbles a bit, but this is not a problem. The most important is that it's crackless, baby! Woo! Smooth!
So today I'm going to be removing this concrete patch stuck to the wall from when the two rooms were separated, and I'll be using my impact drill. And this is our last piece. So let's get drilling. So now we've got all of the concrete gone, a nice clear wall for us to work on. And next thing is to get some clay and some lime and slap it all over this.
Wall is done, holes have been filled, and yeah, it's been quite an adventure to have all these holes filled and all this crack stop cracking, but in the end I think it gives a very good result. And this mortar is going to act as an insulation, it's going to prevent wind from flowing, of course it's a closed habitation, and it also regulates the temperature inside the room, much like the stone. It's really a cool work, and now we can move on to the next step of the ruin.
So the preparations for the ruin are done, and in the meanwhile I've been busy with the design, so let's have a look. So this is a virtual model from the existing ruin. First what we're gonna do is to build up the north and the east wall, like this, to create a higher room, because currently the ruin is pretty low. After this we're gonna make an opening in the east wall. This wall is a bit structurally unsafe, so we have to rebuild it anyway, so we decided to put in a big window here. The first thing we're gonna do after all this stonework is to make the in-between floor with wooden beams and our classical basketball floor finish. After that we can go ahead with the main structure, our main beams, making the roof on top of the ruin, but also a large roof in front where we have this stone terrace to create this covered outdoor space. Next up is to make a new window frame in the east wall to make sure the stone structure is safe. After this we put on planks on top of the main beam. On top of this we can put rafters from north to south, fill it up with insulation, put on top a water barrier, and after that we can make our rafters and our battens to place our reused roof tiles on top. With this, the main structure of the ruin is finished. All we have to do is build our windows, put some doors inside, have a nice granite window frame around and fill up the wall on top of the windows, and the ruin is finished. To finish it we add some fixed furniture. There would be a small kitchen underneath the terrace and another sink over here. The indoor space we leave as open as possible to be flexible in the use. So this is how the ruin will look after we finish all the work. That was it for this update. If you want to see this design come reality, keep following us. Thanks for watching and see you in the next update.